A routine flight takes off and vanishes without a trace. No distress call. No wreckage. Just gone. For 37 years, the world assumes it was lost forever, until the impossible happens. The plane reappears, its passengers unchanged, as if time never passed. How could an aircraft disappear for decades and return under such eerie conditions? This is the enigma of Pan Am Flight 914, a mystery that defies logic and challenges our very understanding of time and space. In today's video, you'll uncover these shocking truths. But be warned, some mysteries are far stranger than fiction. Alongside a whole host of other eerie, mysterious voyages, one morning in 1992 at an airport in Caracas, Venezuela, air traffic controllers reportedly noticed something strange. According to a popular urban legend, they saw an unidentified propeller-driven aircraft approaching the runway, even though their radars showed an empty sky. The story claims that air traffic controller Juan de la Corte made radio contact with the pilot, who identified the plane as Flight 914 bound for Miami. Upon learning that he had landed in Venezuela, the pilot was reportedly confused and distressed. Witnesses allegedly saw passengers dressed in outdated clothing, staring in confusion at the modern airport surroundings. According to the tale, when the pilot asked for the date and was told it was May 21, 1992, he became visibly alarmed. Moments later, he allegedly waved away the ground crew, insisting he had to leave. A document believed to have fallen from the plane was later discovered, a calendar from 1955. The plane took off once more and was never seen again. This mystery has sparked curiosity over the years, but no concrete evidence supports its authenticity. Many consider it to be an urban legend or a case of mistaken identity. What do you think? Could this be real, or is it just another eerie story? And if you suddenly landed 37 years in the future, what's the first thing you'd do? Let us know in the comments. If this story were true, how could such a thing even happen? Could there be an explanation that makes sense of a plane disappearing and reappearing 37 years later? One speculative idea, often discussed in sci-fi circles, is that the plane might have traveled through a theoretical wormhole, an idea rooted in certain mathematical interpretations of physics by scientists like Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking. But how might that work? Typically, you'd only be able to move between those points by traveling across the paper. But if you fold the paper in half, bringing the points together, that's a much quicker way to connect them. This is how a wormhole theoretically functions, bending space and time to form a shortcut. While no one has ever observed a wormhole, the concept remains an interesting subject of scientific and science fiction discussions. As it turns out, the real explanation doesn't involve complex physics. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 was a piece of sensationalized storytelling, originally published by the Weekly World News in 1985. This tabloid was known for its imaginative stories, such as tales of bizarre events and mysterious occurrences. The story of Flight 914 gained so much attention that the tabloid reprinted it in 1993 and 1999. Over time, it transformed into an urban legend, often circulated online as supposed evidence of time travel. However, while this particular case was a hoax, history is full of real-life voyages that have taken unexpected and unexplainable turns. But this isn't the only case where aircraft have vanished without a trace. There's a place in the Atlantic infamous for such disappearances, one that has puzzled experts for decades. The Bermuda Triangle is an area between Bermuda, Miami, and Puerto Rico is infamous for stories of mysterious disappearances. One of the most puzzling cases is Flight 19. In December 1945, 5 torpedo bombers with 14 crew members took off from Fort Lauderdale for a training flight. Shortly after, flight leader Lieutenant Charles Taylor reported compass malfunctions, leaving the squadron disoriented. As dusk set in and weather worsened, the Their radio messages became increasingly confused until they stopped altogether. 2 rescue planes were sent, but one, carrying 13 men, vanished from radar within 20 minutes. Despite extensive searches, no wreckage was ever found. Some speculate about the Bermuda Triangle, with unproven theories suggesting UFOs, whirlpools, or even ancient technology from Atlantis interfering with navigation. Others believe the planes simply got lost, ran out of fuel, and crashed. Taylor may have mistaken the Bahamas for the Florida Keys, leading them further out to sea. The missing rescue plane was a Martin PBM Mariner, known for flammable fuel vapors. A nearby tanker reported seeing flames where it vanished, suggesting an explosion. Scientists dismissed the Bermuda Triangle as a myth, attributing most cases to human error, weather, or mechanical failure. While Flight 19 was likely lost at sea, the lack of wreckage continues to fuel speculation. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments. While some aircraft seem to fall victim to forces beyond our understanding, one man used a plane as the perfect escape vehicle, vanishing without a trace and leaving behind one of the most perplexing aviation mysteries in history. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for your listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much, and if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? In November 1971, a man calling himself Dan Cooper boarded a flight from Portland to Seattle. After takeoff, he handed a note to a flight attendant, claiming he had a bomb. He briefly showed a case with wires, cylinders, and batteries, then demanded 4 parachutes and $200,000. The FBI was notified, and when the plane landed, authorities delivered the ransom. Cooper released 36 passengers but kept the crew. He ordered them to fly toward Mexico City, then moved to the rear, opened the door, and parachuted away with the money. The plane landed safely in Reno, but Cooper was never seen again. The FBI investigated for decades, reviewing over 800 suspects before closing the case in 2016. Their top suspect, Richard Floyd McCoy, was ruled out due to an alibi. In 1980, a boy found $6,000 from the ransom along the Columbia River, but how it got there remains a mystery. Some believe Cooper died from the dangerous jump, while others think he escaped and lived in secrecy. With no conclusive evidence, his fate remains unknown, making this the only unsolved case of air piracy in history. What do you think happened to Dan Cooper? But what if a plane didn't just disappear? It was stolen in broad daylight and never found again. This next case is not just a mystery, but a crime that left investigators baffled. In 2003, when a Boeing 727 went missing from Quatro de Febrero Airport in Angola. Despite extensive investigations by authorities, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Central Intelligence Agency, the aircraft was never officially recovered. So how did it happen? In May 2003, 2 individuals boarded the plane and began to taxi it along the runway. Ben Padilla, an American pilot, and John Mutantuntu, a mechanic from the Republic of Congo, had access to the aircraft for maintenance purposes, but neither was certified to fly it. The control tower team noticed the plane moving erratically and attempted to make contact but received no response. Before anyone could intervene, the aircraft took off and was never seen again. Some theories suggest that it may have been taken for financial reasons, possibly to sell for parts, while others speculate about insurance fraud. The plane's owner, Mari Joseph, had previously faced legal troubles related to financial documents and investments, leading to speculation about his potential involvement. However, it's also possible that the plane never reached its intended destination and may have crashed. To this day, no confirmed wreckage or aircraft parts have been found, making this one of aviation's most puzzling disappearances. However, not all missing planes involve criminal intent. One of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time involves a world-famous pilot whose disappearance has never been fully explained. Amelia Earhart was a record-breaking aviator and the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. In July 1937, she and her navigator, Fred Noonan, departed from New Guinea on the final stretch of their attempt to circumnavigate the globe. Their plane never reached its destination, and Earhart was declared legally dead in 1939. What happened remains a mystery. One theory suggests she crash-landed on Gardner Island, where she and Noonan may have survived as castaways. Expeditions have uncovered artifacts, including a woman's shoe from the 1930s and improvised tools. In 1940, British officials reported finding human remains on the island, which some believe could have belonged to a European woman, though this has not been conclusively proven. However, no confirmed wreckage has been found, leading many to believe she crashed into the Pacific. Other theories suggest she may have landed in Japanese-controlled territory, but there is no verified evidence to support this. Since 2002, deep-sea searches have scanned nearly 2,000 square nautical miles but found no trace of her plane. Until more evidence emerges, her fate remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries. Some mysteries involve not just planes vanishing, but unbelievable stories of survival. In 1972, one woman defied all odds while flying over Czechoslovakia. Vesna Vulovic, a Serbian flight attendant, holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. She fell 33,330 feet after an explosion on board her plane. Not only did she survive, but she also made a full recovery and even asked to return to work as a flight attendant. What helped her survive? Aside from incredible luck, Vesna was trapped behind a food cart in the rear of the plane when the explosion occurred. While most passengers were ejected, she remained wedged in place. The tail section plummeted to the ground and landed on a wooded mountainside, where trees and snow may have softened the impact. Doctors believe Vesna's low blood pressure may have reduced the risk of fatal internal injuries, as her heart and arteries were under less stress. Soon after the crash, a villager heard her cries and took her to a hospital. She spent time in a coma, suffered multiple fractures, and experienced temporary paralysis. Miraculously, she made a full recovery and became a national hero, though she never regained memories of the crash. Some mysteries remain unsolved, but one thing's for sure, you don't want to miss the next one. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new mystery. In April 2014, Yahya Abdi embarked on a shocking journey that puzzled air travel officials and doctors. He had run away from his California home, hoping to reach Ethiopia to visit his mother. Without a ticket, he climbed a fence at San Jose Airport, selected a plane, and hid inside the wheel well. The plane, bound for Hawaii, flew for over 5 hours, reaching an altitude of 38,000 feet. At that height, oxygen levels are dangerously low, temperatures drop to below -80 degrees Fahrenheit, and engine noise is extreme. Abdi remained conscious briefly before passing out for most of the journey. Upon arrival in Hawaii, onlookers were stunned when he emerged from the wheel compartment and stumbled across the tarmac. His survival in such extreme conditions surprised doctors. Some experts suggest that his body's temperature dropped so significantly that his metabolism slowed, reducing oxygen needs and ultimately keeping him alive. However, experts strongly warn against attempting anything similar. Survival in such conditions is rare, and most stowaways do not make it due to extreme cold, lack of oxygen, or being crushed by the plane's landing gear. Airports have strict security measures, and unauthorized access to restricted areas is illegal. The safest way to travel is always to book a ticket and fly properly. Not all disappearances happen in the air. Some of the most chilling mysteries have taken place at sea, where entire crews have vanished without a trace. Not all mysterious voyages happen in the sky. Some of the most puzzling cases have occurred at sea. One enduring maritime mystery is the story of the Mary Celeste. a brigantine ship that has baffled historians for over 100 years. The vessel set sail from New York in November 1872 with 10 people on board, bound for Genoa, Italy. However, instead of reaching its destination, it was found drifting east of the Azores Islands in the North Atlantic. A rescue party boarded the Mary Celeste and found the ship stocked with enough provisions for 6 months, its cargo intact, and personal belongings undisturbed. But the crew was missing. Theories range from piracy and sea monsters to more rational explanations. However, as the ship showed no signs of damage, and its cargo was untouched, the more extreme theories are unlikely. A more probable explanation is that the crew abandoned ship, possibly due to extreme weather or a misjudgment of the ship's condition. Some speculate there was a mutiny, while others believe the crew panicked after encountering rough seas. Supporting this is the fact that one of the ship's pumps was found disassembled and the cargo hold contained 3.5 feet of water. The captain may have believed the ship was sinking and ordered an evacuation, only for the lifeboat to be lost at sea, while the Mary Celeste remained seaworthy and was later used for years. With no definitive evidence and no trace of the missing crew, the mystery remains unsolved. What do you think happened to the Mary Celeste? Let me know in the comments below. But what if some aerial mysteries have an explanation that isn't about vanishing aircraft, but rather unidentified flying objects? During World War II, pilots reported strange lights in the sky, lights that have never been fully explained. Around 1944, near the end of World War II, Allied pilots began reporting strange glowing lights following their aircraft. The red, orange, and white lights seemed to move unpredictably, sometimes approaching before quickly veering away. The sightings were so widespread that soldiers dubbed them Foo Fighters, a term inspired by the cartoon character Smokey Stover, who often used the nonsense word foo as a catchphrase. Given how frequently these lights were reported, some have speculated about their origins. Author Renato Vesco suggested that the German military may have developed a secret weapon called a fireball, designed to distract Allied pilots. However, historians note that there is little to no verifiable evidence supporting this claim. Others have theorized that the Foo Fighters may have been unidentified aerial phenomena, observing military technology in action. While some believe these sightings could be linked to extraterrestrial activity, there is no concrete evidence to confirm this theory. A more widely accepted explanation involves natural atmospheric phenomena. St. Elmo's fire, a well-documented occurrence, causes fluorescent bursts of light to appear around pointed objects during storms. This luminous plasma effect, generated by strong electric fields, can be observed on the wings or nose of an aircraft. However, because Foo Fighters were often described as floating orbs of red and orange, this may not fully explain all sightings. Some researchers suggest ball lightning, a phenomenon that has been reported but not yet scientifically confirmed, as a possible explanation. Ball lightning is described as a glowing sphere of energy that appears during storms, which could match some Foo Fighter descriptions. However, until ball lightning is better understood, the mystery remains. For now, the true nature of the Foo Fighters remains uncertain, though we can always turn to the rock band of the same name if we want another take on the mystery. From vanishing planes to mysterious lights in the sky, aviation history is full of unsolved riddles. But what do you think? Are these mysteries simply misunderstood, or is there something more at play? Let us know in the comments below. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.